Hi guys, it's Ruby from Oofy Scraps, and I'm back again with another 12 by 12 layout process video. So this page is actually for a Thanksgiving scrapbook that I do every single year. And I have all of the guests at Thanksgiving write down on little cards what they're thankful for, and then we take a bunch of photos, and then I make a scrapbook for everybody, and then we have them all laid out from all 8 years I think I've done it on Thanksgiving, so everyone can look back at what they said, and especially like my little cousins and stuff as I've gotten older and able to write their own cards. And, going from saying their favorite thing and what they're thankful for is like Legos to, mom and dad and whatever. So this is actually our family friend and her daughter. It was her daughter's first Thanksgiving. So they came and they celebrate with their family a couple days later. So they came to our Thanksgiving, which was super fun. So I'm just layering a bunch of papers. I did kind of like a layered look, pretty central in the page. And I'm just getting all my mats together. And this is actually, I just posted a video on how I made, not this exact photo setup, but same idea of fitting two 3x4 photos on one 4x6 because from where I get my photos printed, they don't allow you to do anything smaller than 4x6. So if you're interested in how to do that for free, I just do it on a Word document. It's super simple. So that video is there for you. And then on this one, I'm going to be doing one of my border punches. I do a scalloped border. So I usually don't get my paper trimmer out unless I really need to do a straight line. So for this, it is necessary. And then I'll get my little American Crafts knockout punch out. My desk is really looking really messy right here, but it's kind of the reality of what I'm doing. So yeah, this is how you set it up. There's like little guides and then the main punch thing, and then you put the little punch insert into there. And I kind of rediscovered this recently. I've had it for years and years, and I used to love using it, but then I kind of just not forgot about it, but just hadn't been using it. Because it's a little bit of a hassle. But I did more of these layered looks recently, and I thought, oh, I should get that out. So, and I'm also having a hard time because it's not a huge opening, the punch, and I've got a lot of layers. So it ends up being a little wonky, but it's not noticeable in the final product. So yeah, this is just a scalloped edge. I'm messing with it some more, struggling a little bit. So it's August when I'm recording this, and I always start my Thanksgiving scrapbook pretty early in the year. Like I start it right after Thanksgiving sometimes because I get pretty excited about it. And then I just work on it randomly throughout the year. And they're not huge books. Like they don't take me super, super long to do. But I always end up, no matter how early I start, doing like one page the week of Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving even. And I have one more spread after this one that you guys are watching, and then I'll be done. So I think this is going to be the earliest I ever finish a Thanksgiving scrapbook, which is super fun and exciting for me. So yeah, I kind of fussed around with this paper because I wanted it to be with the arrows horizontally. And then this is another thing. I watch Adele from Inky Quill a lot, and she does this kind of torn edge bottom. I'm pretty sure it's her that does it. So I wanted to do that. But you have to kind of tear it a certain way, because if you tear it one way, the like white undercut layer of the paper shows. So you have to tear it a different way to make sure that it's not like that raw paper layer showing. So yeah, and then I've got all these scraps. I keep all of my Thanksgiving scrapbooking supplies together in two of those 12 by 12 plastic like clamshell boxes because I don't really use these papers for anything besides Thanksgiving, except for if I recently scrapbooked a pumpkin patch page, and that's like the only time I've used these fall themed papers for anything besides my Thanksgiving scrapbook. So I keep all of the scraps. I have like 5 paper pads I've collected, and then I have a few little embellishments I keep all together in my Thanksgiving scrapbook bins, just so it's easier. And then I've got these few cut aparts, these 3 little squares that I wanted to include. So I'm just trying to see. One of them says, eat, drink, and be cozy, which I thought was cute because the baby's like all cozied up and mom is obviously eating. And then the other one is like little cross sections of logs in the shape of a heart, kind of similar to the background. And then the other one says, "Let's cuddle," and it has like a woven kind of like sweater material. So I'm just getting a little bits of scraps collected together, trying to figure out what I want to do. And this page actually came together pretty quickly, which is fun. I made decisions pretty quickly, which was always nice for me. Sometimes I go back and forth a lot and it ends up being annoying. So then I figure out where I want to put these guys. I have 3 that I picked. And at first I wasn't sure if I was going to use all 3, but I'm glad I did. I think it was cute. And it gave a good like visual triangle. And I just got these doilies yesterday, so I was excited to use them, incorporate them in the page. I know that people get them at the dollar store or like $2 shop, depending on where you live. And I was going to go there, but there was a party supply store much closer to me, and it's close to where I pick up my photos when I get them printed. So they were a little more expensive, and they didn't have a lot of options, but I was happy to get some just to get me started. So I got those little white ones, which are the tiniest ones I have. And then I have a few bigger sizes of white ones in like various sizes. And then I have one really big gold size, but I really wanted gold, so I got them anyways. And then yeah, so I finally decided where I wanted to put it. And when I have that many layers behind a picture, I use a stronger double-sided adhesive tape to stick it down because it gets a little heavy. And so I wanted to make sure that it was nice and secure. Putting little bits of embellishment in each of those kind of corners. So I'm just gluing those down. And I do use a glue stick as much as I can just because it's cheaper than most other adhesives. And I feel like it's less wasteful. Like double-sided tape has the clear film on it, and then the tape rollers, like the roller itself is pretty wasteful. So I try and use glue sticks where I can. And it's nice because they're repositionable, and I do use that purple glue stick, but it does dry really clear. And then I'm just going to stick up one of those guys on some foam to give it a little bit more dimension. And I liked the way that looked. It's kind of like the main one of all of those. And I thought about using that. I have some washi tape that says "Be Thankful," but I decided not to use it. And now I'm pulling out, I kind of pulled aside a few different embellishment pieces I thought I might include. So I have some wood veneer leaves, some wood veneer feathers, a clothespin, a paper clip, and I'm just deciding on which side I want to add that stuff. It's like a gold paper clip too, I really like it. So I'm sort of getting into the fun part. At least I think it's the fun part. I like to add all the little embellishments at the end. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. And I wanted to stick that behind a layer, but I also wanted you to still be able to see that it was a heart. So I kind of messed with that for a second. And I don't know how, a lot of people use liquid glue to glue down wood veneers, and I never really have liquid glue around. So I just use a glue stick, and I find it really effective. But here I'm using a little foam on this one and some double-sided tape because foam is harder to stick down. But with the other ones, I just glue them down with my glue stick, and I find that it works totally fine. So you can see there I'm using my glue stick, and my head gets in the frame a little bit, which is fun. You can see my messy bun. And now I'm just going to go add the little "Let's Cuddle" one in, and I end up putting a foam piece on the left side of it, so it kind of like tucks under to the right but sticks up to the left. And there's this little area that I wasn't happy with up above it. There's like kind of a gap, so I created just a little flag that I stuck behind it to kind of cover that up with some other pattern paper scrap I had. Yeah, so it's starting to come together. I don't normally do a centered kind of layout. I've often scooch it to one side, like a corner of the page, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, so, and I ended up really liking this page. So So I'm just gluing it all down. So in each section I have my little card apart square, I have a wood veneer leaf, a wood veneer feather, and then I end up adding some enamel dots and some tiny word stickers. I'll pull those out in a little bit. So I'm putting a few things away, clearing my desk up because it started to get a little crazy. And these are my little tiny word stickers that are fall themed. And I also completely forgot, so these thankful for cards are like the entire point of the scrapbook, and I forgot to include them. So I try and pull apart or pull out all of the bigger embellishments I know I want to include on a page, like those cut apart sheets or the doilies, but I completely forgot about these. So I end up putting them in spots I might not have done if I thought about them earlier, but they end up looking fine, I think. So there's one for our family friend Kai, and then she wrote one for her little baby too. So they kind of look a little funny and disjointed, but it's whatever. It ended up being fine. And then I have this little pack of tiny word stickers, and there's one that's like more of an orangey color with white font, and then one that's more of a warm brown with black font. So I went with the brown with black font. And stuck a few down. One that says like family, together, snuggle. Just cute little sentiments to go along with the mood of the page. I've been adding a lot of words to my pages lately. And I was kind of just tucking them behind things. They look very layered up. Struggle to put the stickers back in the little sheet. And then I have these, they're just like little words also, and they have foam backing, and this little gobble, gobble, gobble I stuck down. And I contemplated putting like a title on the top left of the photo there, but I ended up not doing it because there wasn't really room. It didn't need one. And then I'm just putting a little bit of gold Heidi Shine sprinkles everywhere as a little bit of a mixed media element. And then I think this is where I go in with the enamel dots. I have this pack of enamel dots that has this weird like cream color. So I was excited that it kind of made sense with this page to add those. So I added the bigger one and the smaller one in each of my little sections. And this is more messy bun action you guys are getting. And I think that's all I end up doing. Yep, that's it. Thank you guys for watching.